Good evening, champions. Let's talk about something real today. A man without a girlfriend. Some hear that and think, oh, man, that's a lonely road. But let me tell you something. Being single isn't a weakness. It's a season of power if you use it right. Let's talk about mastering yourself before you seek another. The truth is, so many men today are looking for a relationship to fill an emotional gap. They think, if I just find the right woman, everything will be perfect. But here's the real secret. You've got to be complete before you can connect with anyone. You cannot pour from an empty cup. Self-mastery is the first step in any successful life, whether in business, personal growth, or relationships. When you don't take the time to develop your own strengths, passions, and purpose, you're left looking for someone else to give you the things you haven't built within yourself. That's a recipe for disaster. A relationship isn't meant to be the place where you go to fix yourself. It's the place where two whole people come together and elevate each other. Think about it. How can you truly show up for someone if you haven't first learned how to show up for yourself? When you wake up every day with clear intentions, a strong sense of purpose, and the knowledge that you are capable of achieving greatness on your own, that's when you will attract the right partner. Not before. Building yourself means developing your mind, your body, and your spirit. It means putting in the hard work, even when it feels like the world is moving faster than you are. It means deciding that you are worth the effort and the time. And it means understanding that until you have a strong sense of who you are and where you're going, a relationship will never give you the fulfillment you seek. Focus on your growth, your career, your passions, your health, your finances, and your emotional well-being. When you become the man you're proud of, you won't have to chase anyone. People will see the value you bring, and the right partner will naturally want to be a part of the journey you're already on. But that starts with you. The first step to a thriving relationship is becoming the person you would want to date. Become someone who adds value to your own life first, and watch the world respond. Let's talk about turning loneliness into power. We live in a world that constantly bombards us with images of happy couples, social media feeds filled with perfect moments, and constant reminders that something might be missing in our lives if we are not in a relationship. It's easy to let loneliness creep in and start to feel like something is wrong with us for being single. But here's the truth. Loneliness is not a weakness. It's an opportunity. Loneliness gives you the space to grow, to focus on what matters, and to deepen your connection with yourself. It's a time to fully invest in your own development. Instead of letting loneliness make you feel incomplete, why not use it to your advantage? It's the perfect environment for self-reflection and personal evolution. The quiet moments, the evenings alone, they're not something to run from. They're where true growth happens. Think about it. Some of the most successful, fulfilled, and extraordinary people in the world spent significant parts of their lives alone. They didn't waste those moments in despair. They took the time to develop their skills, sharpen their minds, and build themselves up to a level where they could serve others and impact the world in meaningful ways. Loneliness is the raw material for greatness. It's where you find your motivation and learn how to take action without the distraction of constantly needing to validate yourself through others. When you spend time alone, you become comfortable with yourself, your thoughts, and your ambitions. You don't need someone else's approval to feel worthy. You develop your own sense of validation. And once you start building that strength from within, the world starts to respond differently. You begin to see opportunities everywhere, whether it's in your career, your health, or even in your social life. The energy you put into becoming your best self will attract people who are on the same wavelength. So don't fear being alone. Use it to get better. Use it to become the kind of person you'd want to have in your life. You'll find that when you embrace your solitude, you'll never feel lonely again. Instead, you'll be surrounded by everything you need to thrive. Let's dive into the idea that the right person comes when you are the right person. So many men spend their time looking for the perfect partner, thinking that finding the right person will somehow solve all their problems, bring happiness, and complete them. But here's the truth. The foundation of a strong relationship starts with you. If you haven't taken the time to build yourself up, to understand who you are, and to create a life that's fulfilling and successful on your own, then no relationship will ever bring you the satisfaction you're searching for. Relationships aren't meant to be a crutch or a way to fill a void. They are meant to be an added layer of richness to your life. The best relationships happen when two complete individuals come together, both adding value, supporting each other's growth, and growing together. But to get to that point, you need to focus on becoming the best version of yourself first. You can't expect to bring the best to the table if you're not showing up with your own power and self-worth. When you focus on improving yourself, whether it's your health, your career, your mindset, or your emotional well-being, you create a life that is magnetic. People are drawn to passion, confidence, and direction. When you become the kind of person who is happy, healthy, and whole on their own, the right person will naturally be drawn to you. You won't have to search for them or chase them down. When you're living authentically and aligning your actions with your values, the right energy will gravitate toward you. It's also important to understand that you need to be the right person for someone else as well. Are you ready to give love, to support your partner's dreams, and to walk alongside them in their journey? Are you bringing the right qualities? Trust, honesty, communication, and respect to a relationship? If you're still figuring these things out, then now is the time to work on them. The truth is, when you invest in yourself and become the best version of you, your value will be undeniable. The right person will come along, but more importantly, you'll be ready to step into a relationship that adds to your life and not one that fills a gap. Relationships flourish when both individuals are in alignment with who they are and what they want in life. When you're the right person, you'll attract the right person. It's a simple law of attraction. Let's talk about building a life so great that someone wants to join it. There's a common misconception that relationships are the answer to a life that feels incomplete. But the truth is, when you build a life that's exciting, fulfilling, and full of purpose, people will naturally want to be part of it. The key is not to wait around for a relationship to come and make your life better. Your life should already be so compelling that it attracts the right people. The best relationships don't start with an empty space. They start when two people who are already living fully and pursuing their own dreams come together. Focus on your passions, your career, your hobbies, your health, and your personal growth. When you are deeply involved in a life that excites you, you radiate a certain energy that draws people in. You're not just looking for someone to fill a void. You're creating a life worth living and offering it to the right person. Think about what happens when you're genuinely passionate about what you do. People notice. When you're confident in your goals and you're actively working towards them, others can't help but be attracted to your drive and enthusiasm. Building this kind of life means taking control and investing in yourself. It means not waiting for someone else to make things happen for you, but instead creating the life you want on your own terms. The right partner will be drawn to your ambition, your independence, and your growth. They'll want to join a life that already has purpose and excitement. A great relationship isn't about finding someone to fix your problems. It's about connecting with someone who shares your vision and values. So start building your best life now and watch how the right person comes into it when the time is right. Let's dive into the idea of loving yourself first and how it impacts everything else in your life. We often hear the phrase, you can't love someone else until you love yourself, but it's more than just a catchy quote. It's a fundamental truth. How can you give love to others if you haven't first cultivated a deep sense of love, respect, and value for who you are? When you truly love yourself, you stop seeking validation from external sources. You no longer need someone to tell you you're worthy because you already know it. This self-assurance becomes your foundation and it radiates outward. When you walk into a room with confidence and a sense of self-worth, people notice. You attract the right energy because you are already comfortable in your own skin. This doesn't mean being arrogant or selfish. It means understanding your own worth and setting boundaries that protect your emotional, mental, and physical well-being. When you love yourself, you refuse to settle for anything less than the best, whether that's in your career, your friendships, or your romantic relationships. You don't accept toxic behavior or allow anyone to diminish your value. You raise your standards and ensure that the people you surround yourself with align with your vision and values. Loving yourself also means taking care of your body and mind. It means investing in your growth, your health, and your happiness. It's about becoming the kind of person you would want to be with. When you focus on your own growth and self-love, you stop looking for someone to complete you. You become whole on your own. And when you are whole, the right people, whether friends or partners, will be drawn to you. In conclusion, gentlemen, the path to fulfillment and meaningful relationships starts within. It's not about waiting for someone else to change your life. It's about changing your own life first. Master yourself, turn loneliness into power, and focus on becoming the best version of who you are. Build a life so rich in purpose, passion, ambition that others are naturally drawn to it. And most importantly, love yourself first, because when you do, everything else will fall into place. Remember, the right partner will come when you're the right person. It's not about searching desperately or trying to fill a void. It's about being complete on your own, knowing your value, and building a life worth sharing. So don't wait for the perfect relationship to define you. Become the man who doesn't need to seek validation because he already knows his worth. You are capable of creating the life you want. And when you focus on growth, self-love, and purpose, not only will your life transform, but the relationships you desire will come to you naturally. Keep growing, keep striving, and keep believing in yourself. The best is yet to come.